I've got a bunch of cards here. Is the camera gonna see this?
Let me just double check.
Pitkanen. Yeah, something like that. The spelling is Toomas Pitkanen. Toomas Pitkanen. Last time we heard from Adam Tier. Me and Adam actually hit up a boat. We went to Finland. Backstory, I gotta tell you this. So, I was street performing on Drottninggatan in Sweden, in Stockholm, Sweden. And there was a lady who was from Finland, and she really loved it. I connected with her, and she loved what she heard. And she said,
"You need to go to my hometown. They're gonna love you."
And so I was crashing with another busker over there. I mentioned what this elderly lady had told me. She said I should go check out Finland. So I told him about it, and he's like, "Wow, well, look at this. I'm going to Finland this weekend." I was like, "All right, done. I gotta go." And everything, I promise you, when something good and great is about to happen, promise you, Murphy's gonna be knocking on your door. And everything was just trying to slow me down and stop me. We even missed our boat. But anyway, me, Adam, and this other gentleman, all of us street performers, we hit up a boat. We went over to Finland. It was great. I experienced the Night of the Arts. If you've never experienced the Night of the Arts, I highly suggest go check it out. If you're ever in Sweden, go check out Night of the Arts. Towards the end of my trip in Finland, I met a gentleman by the name of Toomas Pitkanen.
A magic trick, yeah, of course.
He tells us a story, teaches us something technical, and shows us a little performance at the end. Though he's not a musician, he's an artist killing a living. Welcome to Finland.
Welcome to Finland, Helsinki.
Helsinki, Finland.
Welcome to Helsinki, Finland.
Welcome to Artists Killing a Living interview sessions. My name is Chimes, and this is the international edition. We're over here in Helsinki, and this is actually our first artist interviewing here in Helsinki, maybe our only because I'm out of here in a few hours, and so are you.
Yeah.
So first, let's start. What's your name?
I'm Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
From where?
Well, I was born in Birmingham in England, and I grew up all around Central Asia.
Yeah.
But my parents are Finnish, so I'm like a weird mix of everything.
I think that's good for what you do, because then I'm sure you'll be able to kind of communicate.
Yeah, and nowadays all the cities, there's like so many different nationalities as well. So literally, if you're doing any kind of street performing or anything like that, you're gonna be talking with a lot of people coming from different backgrounds.
Okay, so the structure of the interview, guys, is we will hear Thomas's story. He's gonna teach us something technical. Usually we finish off with a performance of some sort, but I'm not gonna get him to set up again. But maybe if you want to do the card trick or something,
course.
so you could do something like that. Okay, so let's start now. Who are you? What do you do? This guy's interested.
So I'm a magician, and I got started with magic when I was around 13. I've been doing magic for almost 10 years. Initially, I just saw some guys doing some simple tricks, like I was at a camp, summer camp somewhere, and they were doing some silly tricks, and I was like, how does that work? And I figured them out, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to learn more. And after that, I was like non-stop on Google and finding out like how to do magic, and then I started buying DVDs and books and going to lectures and everything.
While you were going through all this, did you ever face anybody, parents maybe, telling you, man, go get a real job, or you can't do it, or something like that? Did you ever face some things like that?
The thing is, I like never even thought this was going to be like my profession or anything. Like for the first 3 years I was doing this, I was just like, I'd never earned anything with it. I didn't even consider it a possibility. I was just showing magic tricks to my friends and people I met, and I just randomly performed all the time. I was performing all the time, but I never thought like I could make any money with it. And then I was at this one lecture where a magician who was actually doing a lot of street performing was explaining about street performing, and I was like, wow, you can actually make money with this. So then the next summer I go and I hit the streets, and I'm like, damn, this is actually amazing. And then like slowly I started getting gigs as well, so I started doing corporate events and birthday parties, weddings, everything. But yeah, definitely there was like resistance from my family's side and being like, yeah, you should go study and so on, which is probably everyone is gonna face those things.
Right, of course, of course. If your parents love you, I mean, I think you can expect that. Except if they just don't care, like, just do whatever. Or if they're just understanding and more open-minded, then they may be able to curate. I guess you're sustaining yourself with your magic now?
It's been like going up and down, like, you know, my magic has had like these seasons where I'm like I've lost almost all passion and I'm not even practicing, and then all of a sudden I find the spark again. I keep hammering it all the more. So it's been like a roller coaster ride. It hasn't been like a steady 10 years of just upward progression. So at the moment I'm again like on this huge boom going upwards and practicing so much, performing so much. But right now I'm also studying university, my first year in university, so I'm gonna like balance these two things. But I think like my main focus will be on magic. Back to my parents, I think they were like all the time saying like magic is a nice hobby for you, but it wouldn't suit you as a profession, which always annoyed me obviously.
It's like it's a part of you at this point, right?
Of course.
Okay, I want to hear about this spark, because I'm a street performer too, and I understand that, where it's like maybe you're doing the same 12 songs in the set or whatever you're doing, and you perfect those, and maybe now you're performing so much you don't ever have time maybe to practice, or maybe you're practicing, but you lose that spark. Now, what sort of things have you found that re-energized you?
I think like one of the most important things is to practice new things and keep perfecting the art. It gets boring and very repetitive if you, exactly like you said, repeat those same 12 songs or something. So like now every day before I hit the streets, at least 1 hour before that, I'm practicing something totally new. It brings more excitement to it, doing something that's totally new and kind of challenging in a different way, because I'm so comfortable doing those same routines that I've done for years. So then there's that new of like, I get to challenge myself. It's like there's all of the growth in my personality and my character and how I handle the audience, all of that is there, but then the material itself is new. Okay, so let's segue on. Let's get on into your technicalities. So what do you want to teach us today? One of the things I've learned, I've been street performing since 2012. So this is my 8th summer street performing. Wow. My first summer, I freaking crushed it. It was super cool. I don't know if it was beginner's luck or what, but the next following summers, I went out for like 3 or 4 days and I was like, this. I fucking hate this. I love doing magic, but I could not build the crowd. So like, crowd building was always my sticking point. And I was like, man, this is not possible. It's impossible to build a crowd. But then this summer, I was like, man, I gotta freaking get this down. There's a way to freaking do it. So like the biggest thing that changed it for me was just adding a freaking chain. So now wherever I go and perform, I've got this massive chain that I mark my territory, and I'm like, this is my circle here. So in a way, almost like pushing them away. What makes them come closer? Yeah, well, in a sense, it like establishes that there's something happening here. It shows like there's this clear area of something. Because if I go and I show a card trick to someone, it might look to an outsider like we're just having a chit chat, like I'm just talking with my friend. But this one, it clearly sets apart like the outside world and the stage. It creates the stage on the street. I think one of the other things, like one of my friends, another magician, what he advised me is color, sound, movement.